This episode of ACMG Presents Talk Time Live is brought to you in part by Viewfinder's Identity Search and Design. Your choice for web design, graphic design, and all multimedia development needs. Visit VFISAD.com and let us bring your vision to reality.
Hey, this is Jeff Thorne. I am the writer, producer, showrunner of the Avengers Black Panther's Quest TV series, and you are listening to ACMG Presents Talk Time Live.
It's time. Talk time. Let's go. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Live. Started in the 80s with Matt Cross. Dudes in the hood might have called that soft, but I carried that cross like Jesus did. Fast forward, I teach the kids to learn how to let go, live life, and show love to all things that don't matter where y'all from. And luckily, there's a show called Talk Time. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Dax kicks the facts on all the geek news, special guests and unbiased reviews. Suburban kids, the hipster street dudes, all can learn something new. Me too. I heard words when no faith is empty. I stayed the course, though my haters tempt me. Beat the podcast, that'll make them envy. It ain't too trendy, it's ACMG. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Anime, comics, movies, and games that come on and let's get it. Talk time. Live.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Journal of My Life, the unfortunate part of the journal, I should say, that caters to all things anime, comics, movies, and games. This is ACMG Presents Talk Time Live, the Prime Show. I am your host, Xavier Josiah, and of course, with this somber tone that I have right now, it can only be related to the unfortunate loss and passing of Chadwick Boseman, which this entire episode is just going to be about. This might not even be a long episode due to that. It's just, there's nothing else that matters right now. What more can we go through this year? It's just been one devastating thing to another. You know, Ahmaud Arbery, Breonna Taylor, George Floyd, Jacob Blake just recently, and my thoughts and prayers to him and his family and his fight to stay alive at the hands of injustice. And on top of all this, we got Kobe that we lost this year. And now, we lost another hero, Chadwick Boseman, actor Chadwick Boseman. Not only just a hero to Black Panther, but also a hero playing some of our most iconic black figures in history, in American history. And he topped it off by he became the guy, and might I say the best guy to play T'Challa. And what impact that has brought into the community. We at the ACMG Facebook group have been flooding our page with nothing but tributes to him, the things that he's done, the impact that he's had on the world. One of the best examples of that is the Jimmy Fallon segment where, and I looked at that. I looked at that segment and I wondered, did Jimmy Fallon know? I mean, this segment was so special because, granted, when Black Panther came out, it really did, for the majority of us, have a big impact on our lives, especially our representation and everything. But it just felt like really interesting that, I don't know. It's very interesting when you look at that now with all that we know. I wonder if Jimmy knew. But even still, even if not, we kind of knew it wasn't out of the ordinary to do because of how special this movie was and the production and everything that went into it. I mean, you're going to hear some people deny it. There's some folks that will, we got contrarians out there who will deny it because of how popular it is. And sometimes when something's so popular, you got people who will become contrarian to it and want to just go about the opposite, regardless of the fact that it is a good movie and a great production and it means something and it did something, culturally, globally. If you will. I mean, not just here in the United States, not just within the black community, but it did something globally. We got to see some major representation at a level that you would normally see, everybody else. Mostly the white delegation or the white community. You would see that type of representation, but we got, thanks to Ryan Coogler, thanks to Disney, Kevin Feige, in a phenomenal cast, got to put together something that made us look just as the same on the level. You can't take that away. You also got some coonery out there, in our community who would deny it as well. It's just, it is what it is. But I watched that movie yesterday again. If people are going to say whatever they want, they got to tell me exactly in detail why they didn't like that movie. It's just plain and simple. That movie was so awesome. Chadwick Boseman's career was so awesome. And for him to be able to do all that he's done, knowing that what we know now, and none of us, first of all, let's talk about how I found out. I was watching Cobra Kai because I haven't seen it in a while. It's on Netflix right now. They had, and finally got to see the episodes of that, and I was about to see one more episode of that, and all of a sudden TMZ got that notification, and it took me just a few minutes to sink in what it said, and I was like, and I at that point I said no, but in a shivery way. I didn't cry. I didn't cry at all. Because at this point, I'm tired of crying. And it was just like, when you think they can't, life can't take enough from you, especially in 2020, you are absolutely wrong. And we found out that he died. And not only did he die, but he had colon cancer for years. Let's go to that tweet. Let's go to the tweet that his family put together. My God, it's been crazy. It's been crazy. The tweet that he actually put out, which is now, according to Twitter, is now the most liked tweet ever. And the most liked tweet before that was President Barack Obama, who had an absolutely awesome picture with him with all kids of color, saying no one is born hating another person because of color or skin or his background or his religion, which is absolutely true. Everything is a choice. Everything is nurtured. It is not by nature. But that was respectfully taken by the announcement of Chadwick's passing by his family, and a great picture of him. I'll read the tweet as best I can. And that tweet has now accumulated to 6.7 million likes. Well respected. Everybody from, celebrities and fans all alike, Mark Ruffalo, and everybody has chimed. Well, almost everybody, because I didn't see Ava DuVernay also put it in as well. Just so many great dedications, so many people with so many heartfelt fans that has chimed in, and it's just been awesome. It's just been absolutely awesome. The message from the family says, "It is with immeasurable grief that we confirm that the passing of Chadwick Boseman. Chadwick was diagnosed with stage 3 colon cancer in 2016 and battled with it at least 4 years as he progressed to stage 4. That's unbelievable. So let's go back to 2016 here. 2016. Okay. He did get on up at 2014, where he played James Brown. And from there, he kept playing different roles. Oh, God, he was in Gods of Egypt. I never saw Gods of Egypt. I had reasons not to see Gods of Egypt, but I didn't know he was on there either. But that was around 2016. And then shortly after that, that's when he took on the role of T'Challa in Captain America Civil War. So that's when he was diagnosed. Through that time, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He worked on 9 films. One film is like about 2 years at best. He worked on 9 films. And I know the good thing about Marvel Studios is that they do films quick. Now, quick with quality at that. But he got the chance to take on that. Message from the King. I remember I saw that was on Netflix. That was a pretty good movie. He played Jacob King on there. He also played Thurgood Marshall. He then played Black Panther, and then returned for Infinity Wars and Endgame. So as fans, I'm only saying as fans, we were not aware of it at all, because he made appearances. He was on NSL. He was on Daily with what is that show? The Daily Show. He was making a lot of different appearances, and unbelievable that this man has been able to do all that he does. And it definitely tells you, like, even in the dire situation, you give it your all. That there's a lot of things to take away from his life and what he's done up to that point, especially. I truly believe that they could do a movie on him just for that. Which, by the way, I want to point out too, he also played Jackie Robinson in the 2013 film 42. He passed away on Jackie. Well, it's been said, or it's been announced that he passed away on there. I'm not sure if it actually was the day. I got to look at the actual date. But he actually did pass away. Many have said that he passed away on the day of Jackie Robinson Day, which is the holiday that MLB put together. So I got to check this. August 28th was reported to be the day that he passed. Jackie Robinson Day, 2020. It was April 15th. Chadwick Boseman star dies. No, there are reports that say he died on Jackie Robinson Day. There are 3 reports from Yahoo Sports, from ESPN. No, not from ESPN, just Yahoo Sports. Yeah, so they're saying, they're confirming that he died on Jackie Robinson Day, which is amazingly appropriate, if any, to be. But it's amazing, just amazing. I'm going to continue with the letter from the family. A true fighter, Chadwick persevered through it all and brought you many of the films you have come to love so much. From Marshall to the Five Bloods, which I just reviewed in my previous episodes. He was awesome on that movie. August Wilson's Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, and several more. All were filmed during and between countless surgeries and chemotherapy. That's absolutely amazing, because especially the chemotherapy part. I mean, that's for him not to show any sense of any situations. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. It was the honor of his career to bring T'Challa to life in Black Panther. He died in his home with his wife and family by his side. The family thanks you for the love and prayers, and asks that you continue to respect their privacy during this difficult time. And I believe everybody has. Not one person. It has just been one great tribute to another. It's just amazing. What a life. And Jordan Peele actually writes, just plain and simple, this is a crushing blow. Absolutely. Mark Ruffalo. All I have to say is the tragedies amassing this year has only been made more profound by the loss of Chadwick Boseman. Eloquently said. What a man and what an immense talent. Brother, you were one of the all-time greats, and your greatness was only beginning. Ain't that the truth? Lord love you. Rest in power, King. I want to also point out a major tribute tweet as well by none other than the King family. That is Martin Luther King Jr.'s family, and that is Martin Luther King III and his daughter Bernice King, who both put out individual tweets tribute to Chadwick Boseman. And come on, that speaks volumes. Okay, of what an impact and what a major impact Black Panther had. And no disrespect to the other movies, because he did really great on those other movies, but it was Black Panther that brought this much attention to his career and his life, and how much of an influence and impact and and how much it inspired many of us in the community of that portrayal. For the kings to speak out, for many people to speak out, that's speaking volumes, because no other movie had done it. And I know people who have denied this movie for what merit of reason, I don't know, but you know, you cannot deny the impact that this had in a movie. For nobody else have been acknowledged by the King family or any other type of, celebrities outside of Hollywood. This is huge. This is a major deal. And it's just a testament. Bernice King wrote, "We never know what people are enduring. Humans, we are wonders. Thank you, Chadwick, for gifting us with your greatness in the midst of a painful struggle." Martin Luther King III. Chadwick Boseman brought his story to life on a silver screen from Jackie Robinson, James Brown, and Thurgood Marshall. As Black Panther, he was also a hero to many. And despite his 4-year-long battle with cancer, he kept fighting and kept inspiring. He will be missed. I absolutely wholeheartedly agree with both of them on that. So, enough said. Yeah, man, it's just amazing. I mean, for the short amount of time, I thought he was born in 1977. It was actually 1976. For that short amount of time, there is so much to take away from this man's career, his short-timed career, because for a short time, he was able to make a major impact. And I know it's something that not many people are able to do, but he was able to do it. But he did so and gave it his all no matter what. And I always had this problem with when I talk to people on a daily basis who tend to make excuses about why they're not doing things that they claim that they want to do. And yeah, nothing's easy. But you got a man here who had stage 3. Stage 3, not stage 2 or stage 1, which at this point, I'm not going to even claim that I'm a doctor, but I'm assuming stage 1 or stage 2, if you can possibly detect it, it's a possibility. It's probably a better possibility of you surviving. But he was diagnosed with stage 3, which means they didn't catch it in time. But he still kept going. He didn't stop. He kept going. It was able to make history. That movie generated a record-setting amount of money at the time, before Infinity War and Endgame came out. It made history. And it's still making history to that sense, because culturally, it did for us what it did for everybody else on every other movie that's ever happened. Especially when it comes to superhero movies, we don't get to see us in there. We saw a lot of us: female representation, male representation, African representation, just everything was there. And we got to see it thanks to him, thanks to the cast, thanks to Marvel Studios, Disney, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of people involved in this, and I thank them all for this, because, I mean, not only that, we got to see him play this role and established. He's well established as his role, which is hard, going to be hard for fans to really want to see anybody else play this role. I think when cooler heads prevail down the line, that discussion is going to come back up, and somebody's may actually end up taking back the helm, but it's going to be hard for people to cope with because he established himself so well. Remember, he started in Civil War, which I also saw yesterday, watched again, and watching him there, and then he fully established himself in the world of Wakanda and Black Panther, and then continued on both Infinity War and Endgame. So we've seen a lot of T'Challa through this whole entire thing. And it's been awesome. He owned that role. He absolutely owned the role. And for a person who's not a direct African, he was embraced by everybody. And that was the awesome thing because that movie did so well. And what you can take from this is that no matter what you do in life, give it your all. And put it all out there because you don't have that much time. You never know when you're going to go. That's the mindset that I've always had since day one. And no matter what, I truly believe in my heart of hearts, in every fiber of my being, I truly believe that he has left our world with no regrets. He realized what he was in for. He realized what he had to do. And because of that, he gave it his all to leave a extremely impressionable mark on the world. He should have no regrets leaving. If I say this a lot, if even in my stage of what I'm doing right now, if tomorrow was to be my day, I have no regrets because I put myself out there to do some really cool stuff, which is why we're talking to you today. I got a chance to talk to a lot of great people and do some really cool things and some other things that will be down the line. But I have no regrets on this because I gave it my all. And I always give it more and more no matter what. And that's what you got to do. If you really claim that you want to do something in life, don't hold back. This is a big reason not to hold back, people. This is serious. It sounds cliche and we say it a lot, but it really do, especially us in the Black community, because we can't waste time. We got to work even harder to do it. And I think a lot of times that's what holds people back is because we got to work a little bit harder than most people because we got the odds against us with the way this world, our country is designed. But it didn't stop everybody. It didn't stop me. It didn't stop Chadwick. It didn't stop many others from achieving their goals and their realities. You just got to put in the work. Regardless of the obstacles that we had to go through, you just got to put in the work nonetheless. Yeah, man, this has just been a surreal year. I can't even fathom what can happen next. And we got 3 months left of this year. We got another 2 months before the election come. Might I ask, aside from that tweet that he provided, let me check, because I think his actual last tweet, shout out to Brian, yes. Shout out to Brian McLean, because he posted this. His last tweet, his very last tweet is of him taking a picture with Senator Kamala Harris, the vice president, or the candidate running for vice president, I should say. But he took a picture of her, him and Kamala Harris at a Freedom for Immigrants event. Families belong together. You know what that's about. And he wrote, yes, Kamala Harris, when we all vote. Hashtag vote 2020. What a message. What a last message to have before you go. If ever a reason to fight and get up and make change and really. And we talk about like really getting up to do things, and really you got to fight for what you want, and you got to fight for what you want to do. And trust me. We gotta go our direction to make change in this world. There's also another tweet in here with him and Spike Lee. They're having super soakers, and they're all shooting at super soakers at Spike Lee in a back ass. It's pretty cool. That was such a good movie. If you haven't seen The Five Bloods on Netflix, go out of your way to see it, because he played a fantastic role in that movie. It was awesome. It was absolutely awesome. Storm and Norman, which was like the story that revolved around the 5 Vietnam vets and how much of an impact he meant to them. And it almost is polarizing in parallel to the way we all felt about Chadwick, because they loved this guy. They relied on this guy. He was their leader. He always had the right mindset. And then this is kind of, reminiscent of that, and Storm and Norman actually was kind of the Optimus Prime of the group. And you could easily see it. He had these really cool I Have a Dream like speeches in there as well. And, watching, I might have to watch that again, because that was awesome. That was a really awesome movie. But you'll be happy to know, actually, that's not the last movie that he's done. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. He plays the character Levy. He's coming out pretty soon, actually. There's another one that is in pre-production called Yasuke, actually, but I'm not sure if that's actually done or whatever. I don't know exactly what pre-production means here, but hopefully he'll be in that. But again, he's worked to the end. This is an amazing man. This is an amazing man. And he did all this quietly. Let's take note. He did all this not only quietly, but he also visited other places as well. He visited hospitals with Tom Holland or himself as well, talking about whether he actually, talking about like his visits to people, kids with cancer, while he was also going through his own therapy as well. That's amazing. He there's a TMZ report that showed and I remember him doing this, and I remember also in an interview that he did where he actually broke down and cried with Lupita Nyong'o by his side, and who else was there? And who else was there? I forgot who else was there at that event. But he broke down, and now we kind of understand. We have a more inside understanding of why he was so empathetic about it. It's just man, this man is amazing. For him to be able to go and visit these kids, that's a true Avenger. That's a true hero, people. That's above and beyond a hero. There's pictures of him with these little kids and visiting. None of us knew that he was also going through it himself, privately suffering the same disease as these kids, but still taking time to make these kids happy. That is a true hero, folks. This is what we're trying to get people to understand in this world. That we as humans, that we as American citizens, that we as black people provide the same form of integrity and moral and ethics that anybody else, sometimes even more. And all we want is that value and respect. Not because we're celebrities or movie stars or athletes or whatever like that, but because we're American citizens, that we shed the same blood and do the same things. If you really go to the core of what's going on today in this world, you'll understand how ridiculous it is that we're fighting, that we're killing, that we're shooting, that we're treating each other unfairly and unjust. It's ridiculous, and it's childish. It is childish in its core. It is very childish, because when you see stuff like what he's done, it has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with fame. It has a lot to do with moral and ethics and empathy. This man He could have kept it quiet. He could have did a lot of things that normally you would expect people to do. He did not. He went out there and actually gave a damn. Gave it all. Understood the situation. Understood the opportunities. Understood his legacy. And gave it all. A man with stage 3 transitioning into 4. Stage colon cancer. What a man. You are king. I don't know what else I can say about this, folks, but if you could take anything away from the life and career of Chadwick Boseman, never give up. Always reach for your goals. And do so before you go, because you never know. I love that man, and I appreciate everything that he's done. And I wish him the very best in power with our ancestors, because he deserves to be in paradise and in power. So with that said, rest in power, my king. Folks, that's all. That's it. That's all it is to it. This is a very special episode of ACMG Presents Talk Time Live. Thank you guys so very much for checking this and every episode out. And hopefully down the line, I'm praying down the line, we have a better end to this year, and hopefully a better 2021, because we all need it. We all need it, man. Oh, goodness. This has been a trip. Thank you, guys. Please continue to follow us on TalkTimeLive.com. You can check out all of our episodes there. You can also exclusive episodes you could check out on our exclusive page. You could go click on that tab, or you can go directly there at TalkTimeLive.com/exclusive. You can also subscribe and download all of our shows on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Podbean, TuneIn, and all Amazon Alexa devices. So you can check it out there. This week, I am going to be playing Captain Tsubasa for the Nintendo Switch and PlayStation 4 and Steam as well. A very challenging game that I think I'm starting to get the hang of. Finally, I had to really grind to do it, but we're going to be checking that out, as well as any other news that is going to be happening this week. It was really hard because I was going to think about taking a break. This is just a lot. This is really a lot, folks. I love doing this, but life sometimes really gets you to the point that you got to take a break. But I know I got some lineups of things to come up, so it's almost like I really can't, but I'm going to get through it. He got through what he got through. There's no reason why I can't. That's the truth. And in honor of him, I will definitely do that. So yeah, we're definitely going to go ahead and the show must go on. Some other guests is going to be coming on soon as well down the line. So that's going to be definitely in the works too. So stay tuned for all of that and much, much more. I was supposed to be doing the Superman Man of Tomorrow episode today, but we scratched that. That movie is still there. I'll review that next week. And we'll talk about that next week. We had to scratch it. There's no way in the world I'm going to be doing anything else other than that today. So that will be it. We'll be doing it next week, and any other news that goes on in our favorite fandoms from there. So, folks, that will do it. On behalf of myself, this is Dak Xavier Josiah saying, learn to let go, live life, and love all things anime, comics, movies, and games. This is ACMG Presents Talk Time Live. I am out of here, folks. Again, continue to be safe, mask up, and please get ready, because we need to vote in November more than ever. Speaking of forever, Wakanda forever. Take care. Music for this episode is provided by Game Chops. Check out these great chiptune tracks and more at music.gamechops.com.